Akasan don't prepare!
Oh, my wiener.
You're watching the Weekly Wednesday What's Up? The question, nope, not the question, the section of my video where I tell you everything that has happened to me in 1 week. And it is too dark because we just woke up right now. Let's turn on some lights. Anyways, oh shit, where are we going? Okay, what am I wearing? Alright. The sun has come in to shine. Oh, much better. Alright, so today is Thursday, my time. Wednesday for most of you. And I felt like Interstellar for a second. Anyways, Sexy Callie. I just finished a fruit roll-up. Sexy Callie was supposed to come over today, but she's got the flu, which sucks, because again, I wanted to do some alternative type videos, non-reaction videos, and she's the best person to film that kind of stuff with. We were going to do, like, I was thinking about doing an exercise video. I wanted to tell you guys about some of that stuff real quick. So it just arrived here from Amazon. Look at this big ass box. Oh! Akasan's unboxing happens right now. I think that's what it is. I wonder if it's two things actually. What the fuck? You know what? I'm kind of mad. I'm only mad about this. I'm like, I don't mind the fact that they shipped it together from Amazon. 2 packages. But the thing is, I picked these, I made these orders at different times. So they charged me for individual shipping. Each one, I'm gonna email them because yeah, I want my money because they shipped both of the packages. Anyways, to give you guys an idea what this is actually, it's a exercise thing, and the other one is actually a more simplistic one. It's like a unicycle type of wheel thing, and the girlfriend, she wanted something like that. But I just happened to see this one as well, and I thought it'd be kind of cool, and there's a reason why I got this one, because he's a pro wrestler and everything. And if you guys remember, a while back, I told you guys that there's this TV opportunity that's coming up, that might come up or so, that I went on an audition and oops, I just scratched my own glasses on. I went on an audition and such, and so I think we are getting closer and closer to that fruition. I think I have one more audition to come in and to do or something like that, but the producer, I've been talking with the producer, they're really interested in me, and this might be, if I get this TV role, the deal that I'll be doing might be something wrestling related. They saw the WWE thing, the thing that Flick Freaks actually created. They saw my video to that, and they saw that I actually have a lot of interest in WWE, and I have a lot of interest in wrestling. They know that I have the belt up there and everything like that, right? So, because of all those things considered and such, I think they might piece me in for this wrestling slot, but that's why I'm kind of also getting that, because I want to bone up a bit on the NJWP, and some of you fans actually have told me a lot about Japanese wrestling out here. I know a little bit of it, and I'm just trying to get up on it a little bit more and do what I can, but at the same time, I'm trying to get in shape. The good thing is, originally I thought that they're shooting this week for something else, but I felt like I didn't really fit that quota. They wanted somebody that was really interested in idol type of work, and like, you know, I like some of AKB48 stuff. Oshima Yuko is my Oshimin, the one that I follow, but for idol stuff overall, not really for me. And I wanted some time to hone in on getting my body ready and my mind ready in terms of practicing more Japanese, being able to do more stuff on set. So I'm fine with the fact that if I have a few months, it gives me more time to get prepared for what they want and things like that. So hopefully, if it all comes into fruition, I don't want to jinx it or anything. So hopefully you guys will be seeing me on TV fairly soon, because they also are familiar with the channel as well. As I already mentioned before, they saw some of my videos, but even beforehand, some of the producers or people on staff are actually fans of mine. They've seen the channel and they're like, dude, you got so much talent. Like, we love like how energetic you are and things like that. For things that you're really interested in, you go, okay, you're definitely entertaining. So they're trying to piece me in some form or fashion. So anyways, hopefully it all works out. Like I said before, I might have to, I was a bit stressed out beforehand, but I might have to not update the channel as much when it comes to that point where I feel like I need to spend more time in the gym or hitting the books and such, especially like, you know, for example, Dante's schedule, like today, he's shooting today anyways, but Dante generally goes to the gym in the morning, which I am not a morning person at all. So I generally go to the gym after work, at night and such, or in the afternoon or whatever, after work. So that point is a little bad. On my days off, I generally just like to stay home and just edit or whatever. But on my after work is generally when I like to go to the gym and such. So we'll see. Anyways, let me figure out, let's see how that rolls. All right. Other good news, the beef has been dropped. The beef is over. Thank God. Because this shit was getting out of control. I like this black, actually. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. Okay, you guys actually can't see it, but when you put some heavy contrast with all of this, my head is just like floating this blackness. Anyways, the beef has finally been dropped. It was so stressful last couple of months here, but finally I was able to call a peace treaty the other day, yesterday actually, last night, between two very good friends and two very big YouTubers. You know, one significantly bigger than the other, right around the same size as myself and such, and another one that is also around but also is very passionate about their stuff. They've both been talking shit about each other for a very, very long time, and there's always just been this like huge resentment between each other. And so finally we were able to, or I guess I was able to get them together with other people. Like I was the mediator, but then there was one other person in that group, and you know, we finally put this situation that was also getting involved, messing up the YouTube Hanami party situation. We were able to, but you know, partially that has to do with something else, but I also feel like the old resentment and old urges to fight from these this original party, the YouTube Hanami debacle, was a problem as well. It was an excuse to bring this all up to light. But in a way, it was a good thing that all happened, because maybe if it didn't escalate to this point, we wouldn't have been able to get to this point of mediating and things like that. It always reminds me. It always reminds me of the like Triple H Stone Cold type of deal, or Triple H and The Rock type of deal. Like, no matter what kind of feuds you'll always have, you always have like your arch enemy or something. Like that feud will come back to fruition years later, and you bring it back up again, the rivalry, so to speak. But you know, I have to say I'm very happy and pleased how both parties were able to walk away. I wouldn't say exactly shake hands, you know, they talked in private later, but from that meeting and such, people could see each other's points of views, I believe, a little bit more. And particularly, I think what the bigger thing was is that people could see how it affects, or these people could see how it affects their friends and their family and YouTube family and other creators, in terms of their actions that they're doing is fairly selfish just for themselves, and they think, you know, they think they're doing the right thing by standing by themselves, but they don't realize how it affects people around them, because, you know, and people aren't going to just say fuck this guy and choose a side, right? That's fucking child shit, basically. Choosing a side. It's, you know, the reality is, real adults and such will see that there are just differences of opinion, but you will never really choose somebody over somebody else just based upon what they do to somebody else, you know, like, you know, so, and I've always I've tried to be pretty unbiased or fair towards both sides, even though people have wanted me to choose a side. But I never thought that because I never felt like either one was 100% right and neither one was 100% wrong. So I always felt like it was just more of a situation where it's like, look, just keep each other's names out your mouths, and like that would be the best way to go about it. If you guys can't shake hands, work things out, the best thing you can do is just block each other, move on. And, you know, you guys already know my theories on how all that type of stuff usually should work, and that's the best way to do it. Just be professional about it, and if you don't fuck with each other, y'all don't fuck with each other anymore. That's it, you know? No need to keep on bringing it up like that. So, luckily though, everybody was pretty professional about everything here, and everything is good. I think there will be updates to the Hanami party fairly soon, and I guess that's pretty much all I can really talk about that particular situation. The one thing that I will point out, and this is something that was happening in the actual meeting last night, is just something I really noticed, is the fact that, and it's actually something that Billy Martin had said a few times before in my own issues, my own dramas or whatever, and I didn't really think about it until I was seeing this meeting and I saw all these people together finally talking like this, getting together. It's actually kind of interesting that a lot of these dramas and a lot of these beefs generally start by seeds being implanted by the fans, actually. The fans are sometimes the worst enemy, because the fans are the ones, or I wouldn't even say fans sometimes, I would just say instigators. And reactor known as Tyrone Magnus had mentioned this years ago. People stirring the pot, right? But, you know, you see it with the, like, especially younger YouTubers don't really know how to handle that sometimes. Like, you'll see the pot being stirred and fans will be like, man, you know, this is talking shit about you, you're gonna sit there and take that? Like that. And you feel like you just get amped up, right? You get amped up to that point where suddenly one retard is fighting a crippled dude, like the South Park episode. Like, you know, the fans will hype you up and gas you up enough that you'll go out there and make some stupid shit or say some stupid shit because you get really psyched to want to, like, clap back, so to speak, right? Where in the end, all you do is make things worse and you make yourself look worse, I suppose. And it's more interesting, it's interesting to see that in politics with Donald Trump and other people, back and forth, Twitter spats, things like that, or rappers, you know, back and forth. But if you actually like sit them down and you just hear the real person outside of all the drama, outside of all the media hype or whatever, you sit down and you actually talk to that person, it's amazing what can be accomplished. Now, it wasn't easy. No, it definitely wasn't easy during the meeting. There were times where myself and someone else had to interject and be like, look, you got to see it from this point of view. Or a lot of people, when something wrong is done to them, when something done is wrong to yourself, I think it's naturally human that people want some sort of retribution. Even when it comes to like a peace treaty or just talking, people want some sort of retribution. Some people want some sort of revenge. Not just forgiveness, but they want some sort of revenge, a public apology. You know, look, I was wrong, I fucked up, I'm sorry, you know, for example, I'm sorry, Akasan, I called you out of your name, blah, blah, blah. I said things that weren't true, blah, blah, blah. That people want that sometimes, right? But, to even push it even further, people want revenge in terms of like, look, you want like people want this other the accuser to lose subs. People want them to be their career to be over or whatever. People go out seeking for blood, but I don't think, like, as I have noticed and been researching over the last couple of months, like, forgiveness isn't about forgiving the other person. It's about forgiving yourself and able to move on from it, I suppose. Something like that. That was one of the videos I was watching about letting go of grudges and things like that have helped me over the months in certain particular issues, and just focused on churning your own positive energy for something more, to focus on something better in yourselves, whether it be increasing your channel's variety or doing more with your channel or bringing more entertainment, or just your private life and just being positive, like just thinking more about your own life, and building up better things in your own life and not being weighed down with chips on your shoulder and such. And some people, you know, and I'll be the first to admit, like, it's sometimes it feels better to play or work with that sort of grudge or chip on your shoulder. Some people, it motivates me once in a while, but I think to the point where it's when you start becoming resentful and, you know, it always just seeps into your creativity, that's the problem. I think that's where it becomes an issue, where you see the bitterness. Everyone, like, I have friends in a particular group that I'm in, and like they can't go without just mentioning another person of something that's happened like 3-4 years ago, and because they're still so angry inside because of that, and they feel so betrayed and so hurt in like slanderous situations, that they're still waiting for some sort of revenge or retribution or some sort of justification type of deal, where, you know, I don't think something like that will ever come, and the only justification you can ever give is just to take that anger, take that rage, and just make your videos better, and or make yourself like, look, okay, like, just move on from that. Like, I think that's the bigger thing, because it'll just break you down otherwise, holding those type of grudges. This is some of the stuff I've learned in the last few months or so. And I thought I'd share some of that with you guys. Anyways, sorry, that was kind of a bit of a long rant there, but I just wanted to share that to you guys about how the beef is dropped. And it was interesting, because later one of the parties, who was really angry and stuff, he just kind of asked me, he was like, you know, Akasan, how do you do it? Because I told him, look, I'm like, dude, like, this is nothing. Like, this guy that's been insulting you and everything, like, you know, and I told him about my previous experiences in the last couple of months. I'm like, dude, like, if you really want to see some bad stuff or whatever, like, you know, and even that for me is small and kind of irrelevant in the grand scheme of things. But, you know, I showed him and he's just like, how do you stay so calm? How do you deal with this kind of stuff? And it's just like, well, you know, for me, and I think this is my advice for all of you, especially younger audiences that have made it this far in the video. You know, when people are talking shit about you, and especially these internet things where people are saying keyboard warriors and things like that, I always just ask myself, one, is it true? Okay? If it's not true, then fuck, why are you getting upset over this shit? Like, there's no reason to get upset over this shit, you know? This shit usually blows over within a matter of a day or a week or something like that, right? Especially if it's not true. People see through that shit, you know? Accusations, all this other stuff, nah. Like, people will see through it and be like, boom. If it is true, if you feel it's really true, then you got to make sure that shit doesn't eat you up inside, and whether you decide to change upon it or you roll with it, basically. It's kind of like you embrace that sort of stuff, you know? Like Lady Gaga, fucking Lady Gaga had so much criticism when she first started and such, and now she's doing the Super Bowl and everybody's like, oh, praise Lady Gaga, right? So who cares if somebody doesn't agree with your opinion, or who cares if somebody thinks you're weird or whether? Fucking own that shit. Own that shit. I think I broke like a light. See, you guys see that? That was weird. Okay. Own that shit, you know? Fuck what, who cares what the fuck they think? Just be like, thank you so much, and move on with that shit, right? Thanks for your dumbass opinion, or whatever, or thanks for your dumbass critique. I'll keep on grinding, right? Keep on hustling. One of my friends was, the last thing, and then I'm out. One of my friends was very sexy woman, very sexy woman. She's got a Hakuna Matata tattoo on her chest or whatever, nice body, whatever. But she was like, I was reading something from her the other day, and she said like a guy came up to her, because she has kind of a bald head, I guess, kind of short hair, and she said, I think somebody, some guy came up to her and was like, yeah, you look like a transvestite, like that. You look like a, transgender. Yeah, you look like a transgender or something like that. And she like blushed and she was just like, oh, thank you, like that. And he was like, it wasn't supposed to be a compliment. She's like, I know, but I'll still take it as one. That's the way you roll with that shit, you know? Fuck it, like, you do that shit, right? One of the things I've been, you know, every once in a while I get the predator comments, right? I'm like, that's not an insult to me. The fucking predator's badass as shit, dude. Fucking, you know, it's one thing to call the alien or whatever, but fucking predator, fuck, I love, like, to be like the warrior, fucking space warrior and shit. Fuck yeah. I'd be down to be, I'll be down to be associated with the predator. Right? So, it just takes the fuel out their fire, folks, you know. That's what you guys gotta think of. You just gotta be like, fuck it. I don't give a shit what you think. And you just roll with it, right? Roll with it, okay? Anyways, that's your weekly Wednesday positive attitude motivation here. You guys take care of yourselves. I'm gonna try to film something. Oh my god, that was 23 minutes. My bad. I'm going to try to film more of these type of videos in the near future. I thought that'd probably be good because sometimes I get really depressed when I plan these things like, okay, Callie's coming over or people are coming over. We're gonna film something, and this happened last week as well, and I got super depressed. And the Gunma thing as well. I wanted to make these variety videos and go out and shoot something, but the schedule sometimes doesn't work, especially when it just falls on one day. just one day, and then I get fucking pissed off because all I have on the channel are like reaction videos, because it's the only thing at this moment, the only thing that and gaming videos is the stuff I can easily do by myself. With other people, it's harder to get schedules and things like that, right? So I got depressed because of that. Anyways, but I was thinking over the weekend when I was during class, I was just thinking these positive type speeches, or not even positive speeches, just telling stories and shit might be a very good way to do this. I was gonna wait till I get another camera, but I think I'm just gonna roll with it and just get into my groove with this. Okay, let me know what you think about all that. Like, share, subscribe, and I will let you guys know what's up next week. Peace.
All my friends are heathens, take it slow. Wait for them to ask you who you